This is Easy Talk Live, featuring your host, Eric Easy Zuley. This is the place to be if you're all about promotion, celebrities, and social media. We'll hook it all up for you with fun, facts, and fascinating talk. Now, here's your host and the main man, Eric Easy Zuley.
Get access to influencing experts. Welcome to Easy Talk Live. Hosted by Eric Zuley. Woo-hoo! You guys ready to do this? Connect with celebrities and entrepreneurs. Entertainment at its best. Products. News. Reviews. Interviews. Performances. Events. Even a little comedy. Giving back. CEOs connect with the top CEOs in the industry. And now, get ready for Easy Talk Live. Everybody pull your mobile phones out and put your hands together for the Easy Talk Live Show. It's time to stop doing it the hard way and start doing it the easy way.
Easy way! Hey, the easy way! Oh, easy way! It's the easy way!
All right, guys. Hey, welcome to Easy Talk Live. Hey, so we have another awesome, amazing show for you today on Voice America's Influencers channel, Varieties channel, and my TV to go, Roku, Apple, Amazon, EZWAY TV, and so many other platforms. And joining me today is a celebrity co-host. Her name is Hanna Horenstein. So let's welcome Hanna Horenstein to the show. Hey, Hanna, how you doing?
Hello.
Hello!
Hi.
And Hannah's family. I love it. That was an interesting.
Hi.
Oh, that's interesting surprise. So Hannah's obviously a mother. A mother of how many, Hanna?
Two.
I've got two. This is mine right here. This is her friend.
Oh, okay. Well, hello, Hannah's little one. So Hanna, let's tell everybody on here, Radio Land and TV Land, a little bit about you and who you are and what makes you an expert in your field.
Sure. So I'm with a company called Virtuity, and I actually been doing this for over 20 years. And we help people with starting their own business and also getting their finances in order. So I think 20 years is quite the career in the financial industry. So
Awesome, and you're a mother. You're a superwoman. And that's perfect. And that's one of the reasons I wanted to bring you on as a co-host today, because you are a financial expert. And as we are doing the show, guys, this show is a live, interactive, virtual show for you to do a virtual handshake. So if you have any questions for any of our hosts or our guests today, I see Jason Span said #EZWayFam. Thank you, Jason. You guys are welcome to ask questions, comment throughout the show. So we have an amazing guest today. Her resume and who she is, she really doesn't need any introduction. You guys probably know who she is, and if you don't, you're probably living under a rock, but she is the expert in the financial field, and she has numerous best-selling books, and we're going to go ahead and bring in, without further ado, Loral Langemeier.
Our first guest is known as the Millionaire Maker.
A 5-time best-selling author and wealth expert.
Loral
Langemeier.
Every small business owner has to have a mentor.
Being a millionaire takes what?
Get off your lazy assets.
And most people spend time talking about it and they don't do anything different.
You got to get in shape.
Can we really do this?
Everyone can do this.
I guarantee you getting the right coach is going to help.
How can you take your skill set, create more money with it?
So let's make money, get your money making money.
All right.
But Christopher Columbus did not discover America so we could have jobs. He discovered it for entrepreneurialism. Generations have lost it. It is time to bring spirit back. We're taught to make money, get a job. You're going to get taxed to pieces.
I want to be a millionaire, and I'm going to change my choices, my way of living, and really get in action around creating that for myself in my life.
I'd say 80% of my coaching that I do in one-on-one with folks is about their psychology and the way they think.
Just like any other place in your life, it's about having a choice of how do you really want it to be and what do you want to create? How do you want to invest it? Have some rules around it. It's a choice. Have that mindset.
I love it, everybody. All right. So without further ado, let's bring in Loral Langemeier, financial expert, best-selling author, and pretty much guru in the financial planning industry. Loral Langemeier on Easy Talk Live.
I love that. I love those people.
Hey, Laurel. Well, hey, that's how we do it the easy way, Laurel, and we're blessed to have your time today and have you on our stage once again. Only this time it's the interview format.
Yeah,
So we have some questions ready for you. So before we get started, I want to give you the chance to get to know our audience a little bit and tell them a little bit, who is Loral Langemeier? Besides the celebrity and your company and all the things that you do, who is Laurel?
I'm a mom and adventurer, a deal addict, strategist. Those would be my kind of big adjectives. So I love making deals. I love helping people become millionaires. I love parenting financial literacy kids because nobody knows how to do that. So what else do I love? I play outside. I live in Lake Tahoe, Nevada.
I love that. That was the first question. First answer was, I'm a mom. You're a deal addict. I'm going to use that one. I'm stealing that one from you. I am also
got to have a deal a day. You know, so that's my community knows. So and it doesn't even have to be my deal. Like I love when my students finally get over they get their what I call financial infrastructure organized. So they actually know where their money is. They know how they're going to spend. They know how they're going to charity. Like once that structure is set and they're like looking for, like right now, it is a deal addiction time. Like it is the best economy because businesses are falling down. And so when my clients bring deals, I don't care if it's my deal, their deal. I love helping them structure a really creative opportunity for them to pick up a lot of assets for not a lot of money.
I love it. So that's what you really, I want to kind of let the audience that's listening and watching know your expertise. What's your direct, if you could just choose one thing, because I know you do a lot, but what's your main expertise?
I would say, financial strategies, business strategies. I'd say, and I love the marketing side of the business strategies, capital raising for businesses. So I teach people how to do that. And then a lot of times I'm invited into their company, either, as an advisor or on a retainer or equity, however we decide to do the deal.
Got it. And I noticed you had a couple logos on there that some of us may recognize. You've pretty been on every press imaginable, so you know what you're doing. Definitely. Shout out to Tom Chesser. He's one of our partners, and he is the guy that gets you on all those same type of logos. He's a very instrumental piece of our Wall of Fame, and you are on our Wall of Fame, and so you guys can definitely connect. And my dad's watching right now. Thank you, Dad. I said hi to Hanna and Jason Spen. All these people are watching and listening. So let's get right into the show. Let's get right into how you can help our audience, position themselves and get ready in this Corona chaos. So I'm not going to take the floor first because I'm going to be a gentleman and let my awesome co-host Hanna Horenstein go ahead and ask you the first question.
All right.
Yeah. So Loral, you mentioned that, there's lots of deals out there right now. And so what are you looking at right now? Like, what do you think is hot today, right now?
So I'm calling this the most indiscriminate crash in the history of our life because you don't have to, it doesn't matter what your age is, and it doesn't matter if you know how to find money because money's everywhere. So I think, what I'm telling people in the beginning is I have what's called a financial first aid kit. So really, get your house in order. Like I said, the infrastructure in order. So then you have the freedom and potentially the cash to go look. And if you don't have cash, I have the brains to help you figure it out. So some of the places that we're looking, and I'll start with what I think was the hottest, not hot now, you missed it, was the market. The market dropped out between March 17th and 23rd, the lowest crash since 1929. It was a gold mine, and whoever was in cash and whoever in the right position killed it. Cryptocurrency's been hanging out. It's been interestingly leveled, like it's really kind of static. Ethereum's kind of taken a little bit of a run. So if that's an asset class you like, but my favorite and always my favorite, and I'm a millionaire in it, is real estate. So as the, I call it, the California chaos, I'll be nice on the show because you're from California. As everyone's exiting that amazing state, I've lived there for 13 years. I love it. I lived in Manhattan Beach. I lived in Sausalito. I lived in beautiful places in California, and then moved up to the lake on the Nevada side, not only for taxes, but a lot of reasons. As they move, they're moving to Boise, Idaho. They're moving to Reno. Like we're the hot, but we're more of a corporate hot market because with the corporate incentives and tax incentives, and people are moving to Vegas, and they're moving to the Arizona market. So that huge transition, New York's all moving into either Jersey or down to the Carolinas or Florida. So real estate is insanely hot because of what I'm calling the economic rebalance. Like, people don't want to live. They have the freedom to work whatever they want. So they're taking advantage. Plus the mortgage rates are so low. New home buyers are crazy hot. So that's not my market. My market is Boise right now. We picked that market before this even happened. And we have, I don't know, there's about $52 million of development. So one of the partners bought a ton of land, is doing vertical builds. And so from fourplexes, Amazon's building one of the biggest warehouses there. So from apartments within that area, fourplexes, retail space, we're building all of it. So huge part of real estate. Mortgages are great. But another area that I think is really sweet, and I'm in it because that's part of why I'm over here in Nevada, is I have marijuana licenses. And so private marijuana deals are very difficult to find. They're either totally corrupt and contaminated, or they're hot. And so knowing how to evaluate how to get in, California, again, didn't do that one right. But Nevada's doing marijuana really, really well. It's as an industry, keeping prices high, quality high. It's good. It's good business. So lots of places.
So I like how you said that you talked about, the CBD business is huge. It's doing a lot of things, and
Right.
the cryptocurrency. I'm in the cryptocurrency side of things as well. And so talking about cryptocurrency and how the economy is being affected, and the pandemic, and the transition. A lot of things. Cash is changing. Money's changing. Everything's transitioning. So
quickly. Very, very, very quickly.
So what do you suggest to those that are trying to plan for retirement, and those that are trying to get ready for this digital transition from brick and mortar to broadcast? What do you suggest people do?
Well, I think another area, Hannah, that I'm actually heavily into is just businesses are falling down. So right now, if you wanted to be a shark, it is the greatest opportunity right in your community. There's nail salons, hair salons, restaurants. There are so many things that are falling down. You can partner into those. So as far as what do people do in crypto? Digital, it's so interesting. COVID brought out the digital dollar and the Canadian digital dollar. Oh, bullshit. That has been here forever. It has been here. They're just launching because of it. It's a nice little platform to launch and not have cash. I think that everyone needs some. And I have you can go to my wall of fame. And I have a platform where I give you a free book and all sorts of goodies. But there is a brand new company. It's one new to me, but it's actually in Southern Cal. And through your Roth IRA, can you imagine this? Your Roth is tax-free, tax-deferred, right? So can you imagine buying Bitcoin? Bitcoin's been kind of sitting around, the 9,000 mark for quite a while. Don't know if it's going to have a heavy dip. But I think people through your Roth IRA buy into digital currency, because the entire run, right now, if you were bought in at 9,000, and if it does anything, even if it does what it did before, back up to 20, you're going to have to get at least into the big, I say 5 or 10, coins. There's a lot of projects. I'm very involved in a really big project that's very similar to The Voice and America's Got Talent. So there's projects, and there's just a lot. There's thousands and thousands of coins. I think people need to at least put their little toe in the water. The other thing too, Eric and Hannah, that I think is critical is that you shouldn't just have U.S. currency. And I think there's so many U.S. people that don't even have a damn passport, much less they put their head down I live in my little world with my dollar. It's are you kidding? You need to have money in other countries. Germany's really strong. Canada's always been strong. I would not have everything here, not in this kind of a world.
And you mentioned, and Hannah, I'll let you take a look. You had a question there, but you mentioned that you have a gift. And I want to make sure I point that out to the listeners and the viewers, that we do have a gift for you guys today. So if you go to the EZWAYwall.com, you search members and search for Loral, and click on her profile. You scroll down, you'll see her Ask Loral link.
Yep.
So what is the gift that you have for them, Loral?
So when they go there, they get invited into a Millionaires in Training group. So and every week I'm broadcasting on what to do in this economy, whether you're an employee and now you need to become an entrepreneur, which I love those people. You are an entrepreneur and you're struggling for cash. If you don't know how to get the stimulus loans, if you don't know how to get credit, if you don't know what the hell you're doing with your money, just like a lot of that. So we have a lot of free sessions we're doing. You get the book, Put More Cash in Your Pocket, which is critical in this time. The first chapter to read is the 21st Century Lemonade Stand, because you're all going to need a business quickly. It doesn't have to be a fancy damn business. It just needs a business to cash flow quickly. And I also have a software that can really keep, I would say, hedges you out of the market. It's a software that I use when I do my market trades. So like when they crashed, I only lost 2.8%. So I have a whole bunch of gifts over there. So just go over to that Ask Loral link and get a whole bunch of goodies and use them. Actually read them and log on. Like active.
I love that. Like if you get our tools or you get our books, actually open it up and read the words inside of it.
What a novel concept.
So my dad has a question, and this is a pretty good question. He says, Laurel, do you see
by the way?
Oh, thank you. Yeah, we all love EZWAY's dad. Hi, Dad. Laurel, do you see a wave of failed forbearances leading to a wave of foreclosures, which in turn leads to a drop in housing prices? Wow, my dad knows this stuff too there.
So the foreclosures are coming. I don't think that's going to be a bailout. I think it's going to be huge. What I've been telling a lot of my clients, especially those who aren't accredited and they have some means, but not a lot. Why let those houses go into foreclosure and the families have to leave? You can put them in an LLC and you take on the mortgage and whatever the deal is. We'd have to look at all the numbers, but I have a lot of clients who are going to pick up a ton of single family houses. And you can pick up, like I have somebody in Oklahoma is picking up entire neighborhoods. I don't know that the housing price is going to really drop. What's interesting in this market is the counter market of people don't want to live. Like I just got off a broadcast with somebody in New York. I mean, they're leaving in droves. They're leaving, congested apartments, and they're moving out into the suburbs because they want a house. The new home prices and the owner occupied prices are soaring in the right markets. Like it's insane. The amount of prices. Like we can put a house on the market in Boise and we will not only get asking, we'll get bid above. Same here in Reno. Vegas isn't quite picking up like that, but I don't know that we're going to have a huge decline when those foreclosures go. I think it's going to be an interesting rebalance.
Thank you for answering that.
There's too many people that have money that will just come in and soup them up. So you're 100% right.
Yeah, I think, and I would say instead of just leave them homeless, build yourself in a renter. There's some, depending on how you buy it, there is some, like I say, law or, county restrictions about letting the person stay in the house. So you have to reconstitute the whole deal, right? You have to put it in an entity, put it in an LLC, and then reconstitute the paper completely. And then you could let the family stay. And then you got a built-in renter. They just can't pay now, right? Or you send them to me and I'll teach them how to make some money and we'll, get them staying in there.
Well, one thing we do is a very interactive show, and we want to give a props to all the people that are tuned in. So Andre Whitmore, thank you for saying hello. And he says, I agree with what you're saying. And we encourage everybody to press the start watch party button, share the podcast. The more that you do that, we're looking for those people. And we are looking to give you more and more love on the show, give you more and more time on the show. If you do share the show. And then Daniel says dropping some wisdom. So they're loving the show so far. We have a question from Tom Chesser, which all the way, also, by the way, shout outs to Tom Chesser for putting me on the cover of the Business Innovators magazine and getting me picked up by NBC, ABC, Fox, and CBS and all the big boys. He's amazing. What are your thoughts about infinite banking, becoming your own banker?
Already am, have been. I think for a certain level of net worth, which I think is less than most people think, that definitely has to be, a very specific insurance that creates that. So between insurance, because I don't talk a lot about it, but it's part of the infrastructure we heavily discuss, trusts, and just qualified money, like solo 401ks, Roth IRAs. You'll hear me talk about Roths till I'm blue in the face. When my kids were born, they were employed. They had Roths because even though you can only put $6,000, $7,000 away per year, the growth inside with the right kind of vehicle, it's just too good. Like I bought some of my son actually did it for me. He's 20, accounting, finance genius. Tesla stock at 400, now 1,600 inside a Roth, all tax-free, no capital gains. Wow. So I think there's a lot of vehicles. So yes, I'm a huge fan of that.
I think Shungite is a good investment. The 5G protection, because as the 5G comes out more and more, I think that all the type of protection platforms are, I invested into some Shungite and some protection stuff. I'm just kind of throwing my 2 cents in there.
No, I like that. Actually, I would love to know about that more because I am totally against 5G and what it does. The guy who actually, I can't stand it. In fact, when I changed my phone and I told my carrier not, and they just keep putting it through. And so then I fight with them about paying my bill. I said, I'm not paying for that shit because I don't want my brain to fry. So, right. But all of Steve Jobs' like entire staff is on a huge campaign, like those who have like gone on. They're on a huge campaign to get rid of it. I mean, it is the most invasive, health damaging thing you could do and keep your kids away from it.
Oh yeah, and if you have any towers, I mean, one thing I've noticed, and I'm not a doctor by any means, and I don't have the right to talk on a lot of health stuff, but I know what I see, and I'm a smart individual, and I know a lot of people that have gotten sick, and it could be coronavirus or whatever people want to say it is, but those particular people have always had a big tower next to their house. They've always had really strong 5G hitting them, and no protection. And if you are around a tower, guys, I suggest you drink a lot of water and you go to thezorb.com or go to our wall of fame. You'll see one of our clients. We actually have one of the best protection you can get for 5G.
I want to know it. You got to introduce me. I'll promote the heck out of that. I am so against it, and it drives me crazy. Everybody thinks it's so exciting and fast. It's a brain killer.
It's a great technology, but it takes a lot of power to power great technology. Just look at it that way, and don't ever put it to your ear. And make sure if you look, I don't know if you saw my screen, but you see that little button there. That button will save your life. All right, so we have another question. We will talk off air, Loral, more about that. So Ian C. Glover on here says Loral Langemeier is one of the best in the business in finance. Connect with her at the Wall of Fame after this awesome interview. Thank you, Ian C. Glover. Appreciate that. Yeah. Yes, 5G is killing us all. Anyone against I support. Well, there we go. Let's start a whole movement. In fact, I do have a group called 5G. If anybody wants to join it, just
people are willing to talk about it. It's sort of this whole silent majority crap that's going on. It's like we got to start like being loud about the stuff that's going to, hurt us.
Oh, I mean, hey, it's freedom of speech, and we can talk about whatever we believe, and I have no problem talking about what's going to make people healthy and help people. And there's a lot that we'll have to do a whole nother show. In fact, we have to create a show just on all the dangers of 5G and how to protect yourself from it. Honestly, there's so much to go into, and I'm glad that the audience is liking it. They're saying 5G protection. Yes, everybody loves Loral Langemeier. All right, so Laura, let me ask you this: a lot of people right now, they're looking to make money with the monitor, make money with the microphone. They're looking to how do I make money in front of my computer? And you can do webinars, you can do events, you can do shows and podcasts and all the standard stuff. But I know a lot of people right now that are making a lot of money because they know how to build teams. They know how to get other people to do things. And actually, that's one of the reasons I brought Hanna Horenstein on is she has over like 2,000 something people under her team with what she does. And what would you suggest to those that are really good with their mouth and that know how to build teams, that know how to affiliate market and things like that? Do you have any tips on those people that have relationships and turn those relationships into relationship equity?
I could talk for hours. So just a quick, if you do have brick and mortar, which thank God I had a 1031 exchange, I had a huge $12,000 square foot conference facility. Catering, green room, the whole thing. 128 people could fit in there. And thank God a 1031 took me out of that a couple of years ago, because I would hate to have it today. If you have brick and mortar and you own, you need to get really, really creative and repurpose it as fast as you can. So I can help with any of those strategies of repurposing your real estate, especially if it's retail or commercial, and get as lean as you can. I'm still a huge fan. I have an office. I love our team being together. So get as lean as you can. It would be the first kind of advice about getting your brick and mortar. But part of that too is just really looking through, and I think another strategy that I love to do is looking how you're spending. Most people do not know how to spend. You're spending on the most ridiculous things, like simple shit, Eric. Like people will spend money on a bookkeeper, say $200, $400 a month, but you don't spend anything on an ad spend to grow your marketing and your list. Like I always say, if you aren't going to spend money on marketing and sales, then why have a bookkeeper? There's no money to count, or not a lot. Like you could do that like a little bit. So that's kind of my funny joke about getting some spending in order. Like people spend for the weirdest things out of sequence is what I see. So there's a lot of brick and mortar strategies of how to get online. And then once you go online, I think you've got to get really creative as well. So obviously the obvious stuff. Everybody knows how to Zoom now, or they know how to, be here on weather, go to webinar, you go any of this kind of broadcast. I think the monetizing though, you've got to get creative in your offers and creative in your pay. So I teach people this technique on how to contract cash. So if people can't pay a lot or don't feel like paying a lot today, like one of my bigger programs is $27,500, right? But you can contract that, pay some now, but in through the contract, knowing that you actually can then run their card on a certain. And some of you may say that's simple, but not true. And a lot of women do a lot of verbal contracts, and they don't know how to put it into paper. They don't know how to put it in writing. They don't know how to hook up auto pays, simple stuff. But the consistency of being paid is critical once you head out here. I think a few things that I'm doing too. We're doing a lot of, I got so many sites. So one of my fun sites that I have is called Zafter Hours. And it's only up when we decide to go live. We should do that sometime, Eric. So, because one of the things that we miss about going out and seeing each other live is the after hours, right? Being at the, the bar or the venue and everybody going and hanging out together. So I bought the site Zafter Hours, Z with afterhours.com. And, we could put in like an EZWAY and invite the whole EZWAY community. And then we go to this After Hours Zoom, which is super cool. And it's very facilitated around like really rich conversations, very private. We don't record, we don't chat. It's just a very cool, that's where a lot of my deal stuff, comes to play. Out of that, I offer strategy sessions. We do a lot of one-on-one, and I do a lot of, very high-end strategy coaching. I think the collaboration of a team is critical. So I don't outsource, but I have, I'm not a financial planner. I'm not a licensed financial planner. Like you said, I'm not a doctor. We're just damn smart people. So, and we have a lot of experience. And a lot of experience comes a lot of wisdom and a lot of, pain and suffering and all that, which is invaluable to have. So on my team, in the beginning, when I started doing all this, Eric, I would study the tax codes, and I would study the entity work, and I would study insurance, and I would study everything, and I would teach it all. I'm thinking, that only took me about 18, 24 months early on, like 2001, 2, and 3. And I'm like, why am I doing all this? I'm just going to get a team of experts. So, what I've surrounded myself with about 28 financial experts in all over the world. So we have people that stay in their lane, and they stay up to speed on all those categories. And, the revenue gets shared between us depending on how it goes. I think there's so many places where people are not using team and other joint ventures to help, really exponentially grow your brands. Like there's so much you can do online right now. And the other thing, obviously, I'm a fan of is I have 5 New York Times bestsellers. I have another, I'm repurposing my 3 millionaire makers because we have new asset classes, crypto, cannabis, and hemp that we need to talk about. But also, then we have different IRAs. We have all sorts of different things we got to talk about. So I'm repurposing the books, but I'm also writing one on how to make your kids millionaires. And it's not difficult. You can do it before they're 20 easily. I did mine when mine were 10 on paper. It's not like money in their bank, but they will all be more than that.
I love it. We got my co-host Hanna nodding her head like, yes, I want my kids to be millionaires. I like that one. I'm all over that one.
Around.
And then, I agree with you 100% with the team side of things. I mean, you are only as good as your team, and your team needs to be positioned right. And nowadays, it's all about data collection. That's something I teach as well, guys, is really how to collect data and how to follow up on collecting data and how to automate and do bots to actually do the follow-ups and things like that. And you hit the nail right on the head. And we had a question as well on 5G going back. Does 5G have anything to do with COVID-19? My suggestion is go to No to 5G. That is a group I created on Facebook. Look up No to 5G. We answer a lot of those questions. And then Tom Chester says marketing yourself as an authority and the biggest single thing that you can do to enhance your brand. Yes, and we appreciate you, Tom, for that. My dad has a question. What in today's vital market, Amazon, Netflix, Booking Holdings, I still lean towards property, especially at 2.5%. So what's the question? Is it a percentage question, Dad? I don't know. Did you understand that one?
I still think you can be in the market. I don't do it without the software that I'm going to give you for free when you go over to my link. But I love real estate. I've always loved it. I love gas and oil. I know a lot of people don't like it, but it gives you huge tax advantages. And right now, I think some of the biggest projects that I'm working on is we're growing that software is one of the big ones because it really protects people in the market that don't know how to day trade and do all that. Real estate, I don't know if, this whole thing goes down, I have enough property and land and, riverfront geothermal could go right off the grid in a minute. So I wouldn't want to be,
We have a Facebook user that's sharing. Thank you, Facebook user. I don't know who you are, but please tell us your name and so we can definitely acknowledge you and appreciate you for that. And it's smart, Loral. And on another tip, another note, you're going to be doing you have a show, but you're going to be doing a show on our network and sharing a lot of this information as an expert. It's going to be a very informative and the right show to learn what you need to learn in positioning your finances and positioning what you need to do with, I would say, affiliate marketing, because you, just like me, deal with a lot of high level people. And that, I mean, nowadays, guys, that's really what you need to do, is position yourself with as many affiliates as you can and have some sort of platform that you can collect data. That would be my advice.
Yep.
And so let's talk a little bit about your show.
I want to say one thing about just not only collecting the data is, if you don't have a high end offer, like I have, 20 years of a very solid high fulfillment offer. A lot of you, I have a lot of people who became affiliates of mine as part of their transition and went from an employee to an entrepreneur, and they're selling their own book or their own thing, but then they need a higher end ticket, and then they use my back end platform to sell higher end tickets so they can make more money. So there's a lot of that's going to have to go on. And but I want to also say, it's not only collecting, it's following it up and selling it something. And I'm really aggressive about that. And I teach a method of selling to serve, right? Because I think so many people say, "Oh, Loral doesn't sell." You know what? I don't know if you were on Bernie's celebration. Bernie Dorman passed.
Oh, I was there. Yeah, I spoke on it.
Yeah. So Saturday I was on that too, and that was his biggest thing. He said, "All you do is sell," and I said, "That's because I serve. I deliver such good stuff. If they buy somebody else's crap, then I have to go recover that crap." And I say that because a lot of women do not serve aggressively, meaning if you know your stuff's really good, right? You are a brand authority, you are an authority in whatever you're great at, then you need to go at it very, very intensely, especially online. It's so crowded right now out here. And if you're better, here's the other way I teach it, Eric, right? And Hannah, is if they don't buy your stuff, I'm going to say my stuff, and they buy someone else's, do you know how much it takes to recover somebody who had a bad experience, whether it's a coaching, mentoring, a bad book, a bad real estate deal? So if you know you're good, man, get out there and serve right now. And yes, you have to sell it to serve. And I just have to connect that, because everybody's like, "Oh, she always sells." Yes, but I'm giving you damn good stuff.
She's
thank
spot
you.
on on that. Spot on.
What?
Spot on. 100%.
I want to say that's one of the reasons that we created the Wall of Fame is to get all the people that have a serve first mindset, a heartpreneur type mindset. And those are the most successful people on our wall. Honestly, that you hit the nail right on the head there, Loral. And Hannah, did you have a question?
No, I was just agreeing with her. She's spot on 100%. Couldn't agree with her more.
Yeah, it's critical. And so many women just are not getting out there, right?
So we had a question. Okay, I want to actually, I'll get to your question in a second, Tom. You hit something on the head with sales, okay? And you cannot make money unless you know how to sell, period. What is your suggestion of the best way to go about selling? There's so many different approaches and so many different ways people go about it. How do you do it? And what advice would you have for our audience?
Well, it's what I teach. I teach, and you know what? I should just do this, but Steve will probably kill me. I do a virtual meetup and marketplace. So I created this marketplace technology, which is offline, online, anytime. And we guarantee you're going to make money in the room. So actually, I might have to just modify my, there's my actual sizzle reel right there. That's the virtual meetup and marketplace. And people make so much money. My point is, I think I'm going to have to give your audience a ticket. If they just watched like today, they should get a ticket. It's normally $97. Steve's going to kill me. I'm going to write it down. So I will go put it on the wall. But we'll give you all a ticket that are watching right now. And here's what I teach. And I'll just give you a kind of short version and then come to my workshop. It's August 12th, 13th, 14th is the next one. We do it every month. You can use your ticket as soon as you can. But I teach what's different. It's called the spectrum of a sale. And I teach a technology I made up in 2002. It's called Ask, Tell, Ask. Ask somebody what they want, tell them why you have it, and what you can do for them, and ask them for the money. It's a pretty simple. Sounds simple. There's a lot of technique to it. But literally, people can make money in 3 to 5 minutes. And I think this is something you all should write down. The amount of time that you're in the sales process should be similar or equal to the amount of money you're asking for. So in 3 to 5 minutes, I can get 5, 10, 20, 50 bucks out of anybody like that, like very quick. What do you want? I'm an expert in money. How can I help you? You tell me a few things. I'm going to pick one thing out. And I say, you know what? I'm going to send you for $20 my Yes Energy, CDs or whatever the heck I was going to, whatever I know can help you. I'm going to send a debt calculator, a debt program, a money rules program. So I'm looking for a very small $10 item that stops you shopping and it gets you moving along the spectrum. I think too many people think the sales process has to be really long, and it does if you have a big ticket, but you don't need that in the beginning. The data collection I teach is data collection with cash. So, get their name, phone number, and email and get $10. I'd rather get $10 from 100 people all the time than have somebody pay me $100,000, because 100 people over and over and over at $10 gives me a funnel and a way to make a lot of money. $100,000 is a one-time deal. Doesn't
I
work.
love it. I always say if you get $1 per person every month and you have 100,000 people, then you're sitting back and making some pretty good money. But you got to also make sure that you're doing a win-win too. You're not just taking their money. You're also making sure that you're providing them a real good service or a good amount of knowledge. And that's what, again, going back to the Wall of Fame, you guys see EZWAYWall.com, and anything that Loral's talking about, you guys can go get on her profile. So make sure you go to EZWAYWall.com, go to members, and then search Loral. And you'll be able to connect with so much more information on our blog and our news blog. But yeah, you gotta make it work for the customer, and don't look at charging so much money. You can make more money on the back end than you can the front end, especially nowadays. And again, that's going back to the data I'm talking about. When you're collecting your data, position yourself to monetize those relationships. And this is something that me and Loral are going to be putting together, and a lot of great advice for you guys. And people are digging it, by the way, Loral. We have a lot of great comments. People are saying ticket, Maurice is saying cool. So basically, just to reiterate,
the ticket's not there right now. I got to go tell Steve as soon as I'm off the broadcast. I don't know if that he's on listening, but we will get it on the Wall of Fame. So on your link, we'll put an extra special, come do a virtual meet. It's called Virtual Meetup and Marketplace. And you can go get a free ticket and use it once.
Perfect. Just because you're listening to the Easy Talk Live show, guys, you have an account on the wall, or you're an EZWAY family, if you're part of the family community, you get real cool gifts from real cool experts. And Hannah, I mean, you're just sitting there looking beautiful on the show. Did you have any questions, or did you want to pop in?
I was just listening. She's doing great. Oh my gosh, I'm learning a ton.
Okay, great. Hey, we'll keep the flow going. So we have some extra special guests that we're going to be bringing on after these commercial breaks. After we go to a quick break, we have a couple special guests we're going to be bringing on that want to ask you a couple questions. So guys, this is Easy Talk Live on Voice America Influencers channel and the Variety channel, Roku, Apple, and Amazon. Doing it the easy way. We'll be right back. This is for the talents out there. If you are a talent or you have kids that are talented, we are looking for talents. Check this out. A new show coming soon on EZWAY TV.
EZWAY TV presents the Golden Stage Talent Competition. The search is on for the next EZWAY Wall of Fame superstars. We are searching the globe for artists, musicians, and dancers hungry to be featured on television, news media, print magazines, radio, and more. All in front of the music industry's finest and most elite producers and artists. Coming soon on EZWAY TV, the search is on for the Golden Stage Talent Competition, the opportunity of a lifetime. We'll see you on the Golden Stage.
Hey everybody, welcome to Get Animated the Easy Way. How would you like to have your podcast or even your live stream show animated, look like me, and be able to do really cool things that other people can't do? Yeah, make some money. Monetize the screen, monetize the monitor, monetize the microphone. Get with us. Contact 877-399-2929 or email easywaynetwork@gmail.com to get animated the easy way. All right, guys, we're back. Easy Talk Live, and we are bringing on our extra special guests. We have two guests we're going to be bringing on. One, his name, and Loral, I think you know him. You shared a stage with him. His name is Daniel Gomez. Mr.
Hey, Laura, how you doing?
How
you doing, Hannah?
Good to see you.
And
Where are you today?
I'm in San Antonio, Texas. We were at Andy All Dates event there in Dallas, Texas. You were up there rocking the stage, so it was a great event. So good to see you. I love the hair today. It looks nice on you, short. I noticed you cut it.
Thanks. How are you? So, I like your new title. Is that a new title?
Yeah, as a matter of fact, it is. And I was nodding my head the whole time in the backstage because I actually bought XRP on Coinbase, and it's up over like 5%, which doesn't seem like a lot, but it's been consistent. And I'll tell you what, Bitcoin was 24 hours ago was actually over 11,000 for one. So definitely, if you don't have any coins out there, you're missing out right now. So you got to definitely have multiple streams of income. So I definitely agree with you 100% for sure.
So Daniel, really quick in a nutshell, tell people about 30 seconds or less who you are and what makes you an expert.
Man, I'm Daniel Gomez, and I am a confidence architect. I've been in business for over 22 decades, actually. I ran multi-million dollars organization. I took an organization that was losing $1 million in the red to making $1 million in the black, which was $2 million swing in about a year and 2 months. And people said that it was going to take 4 to 5 years. And by the grace of God, we did it in a lot shorter time. And it's all about people. If you serve and love your people, then they'll engage and they'll do whatever you ask them to do. So I build confidence in people because most people think about this. No matter what sports team it is, you tell me a World Series championship team or a Super Bowl team that won without confidence. There is none. And most people don't act because they don't have the confidence in themselves, which in return, they don't instill the confidence in their team. And you were talking about teams, and Hanna has a great team. But if you don't instill that confidence in your team, they're not going to win. So you're the catalyst for your team's confidence. And to win, you must have confidence in your team, in business, and in your process and procedures.
Well said, brother. And your expert show, you have a show called Daniel Gomez Inspires. I think you're one of the top 200 people on iTunes, on Apple Podcasts. Congratulations on that. And we will be bringing your show to EZWAY TV here starting August 1st. So we're happy about that. Round of applause. Woohoo! Daniel's
man, I'm excited. I'm excited to fame and get my show rocking and rolling. And actually, we just had our Sticker Shock Speaking Academy here in San Antonio live, and it was pretty awesome. We had 25 speakers from all over the country come in, and it was good stuff. And by the grace of God, I got the Epic Speaker Award here from Global Elite Speakers. So that was pretty awesome. So we had a great time. We had people, and it was just good to be in a live event, man. I want to tell you, you can't believe everything you hear in the news right now. That yes, things are not.
Do not be a media puppet. Don't be a media puppet. Yes. Be your own leader.
So I had somebody, of course, I've learned to ignore people, right? But people were like, is this a recording? Is it old? It's like, no, like we're alive, we're breathing. I mean, you can't live in fear. And most people are allowing the media to take control of their mind. And if they take control of your mind, you're never going to be what you can be. You got to stop watching the damn news and really got to live for yourself. You got to choose faith over fear right now.
And the news is all fake anyway. It's all crafted by the narrative of whoever wants to promote it.
And there are particular individuals that own it all and have an agenda pretty much of what they're wanting to do. So just do your own research, be your own person. All right. Thank you, Daniel. And we're also going to be bringing in our investor, and Kenneth Bradley actually has a show on our network, and it's called 10-Minute Stories, guys. And 10-Minute Stories is your story. If you have 10 minutes, you got a story, you want to be on a major broadcast with over 400,000 listeners and viewers a month, come on EZWAY TV, listen to a show. Kenneth, welcome to the show. So glad you could make it, brother.
Appreciate it. Holy smokes, man. What an amazing show. Laurel, you are amazing. I got 3 pages of notes already.
All right. Well, I'm going to come on and do 10 minutes, like maybe, 9.999, and then we can say hi for 1 second.
Absolutely. You got it anytime.
But see, I love that you said that, Kenneth, and that's the beauty of the show. Is the show doesn't stop here, guys. You go to the Wall of Fame, and the show continues, and then we keep bringing these guests on, and you keep asking questions, you keep learning. But most of our guests have actually met multiple people on the Wall of Fame afterwards and have actually connected and made it happen. We call it the virtual handshake effect. So, guys, I want to encourage you to go to the EZWAYWall.com. Still keep your questions open, keep your comments open, because now we got 5 experts. I consider myself an expert too. So, yes, 5. Yep. And so we have Hanna, Horenstein, Loral Langemeier, Kenneth Bradley, and Daniel Gomez here to answer your questions. Give me a topic, guys. Give me a topic. Are we still sticking on finance? We still going back to 5G? Give me a good topic we can go off of.
Let's go shopping for more assets. What's falling down in your neighborhood?
Shopping for more assets. So basically, there's a lot of businesses going down right now. Yeah. So how do you
just go out and find them. So I'll give you a little script. So you like wherever you like to go, from your auto body shop, your hair salon, your nail salon, your gym. I have a client in Texas, actually, Daniel, just out, it's actually a little farther out west. But a Ford dealership was falling down, and it started around March and April. And I said, wait for it. And a group of 14 investors picked it up for $500,000.
Wow.
An entire dealership, and did it all in convertible notes. So guess how much they put down themselves?
Nothing.
No money down deal. And that will all be paid back within a year. And then we have the right, that team has the right to then go across the country for other dealerships. So it's the real thing. I mean, what's interesting about real estate versus businesses is, real estate puts a for sale sign out. In business, there's no for sale sign. It's sort of awkward. They would have a go out of business sign, but they don't have a God help me sign, right? I need some cash. They don't have that sign. So you really have to get purposeful and walk in. And, now that you know us and me, you can say, well, I'm part of a business. Then this is actually the script. Say, I'm part of a business and finance strategy team, which you are because you know me. And, we're just looking to help businesses. How are you doing? And then you let them talk. And they say, how are you doing financially? There's your ticket. And they might cry. They might, tell you to go to hell. They might, who knows? They say, no, I'm really serious. Like, we are two people who can help you. So what help you need right now?
I gotta say this, Laura. I love that about you. You're so outspoken, and you and I are so similar. Where you just do you, and EZWAY is easy. Eric Zuley, that's my initials, and I do it my way, and I don't care what you have to say. And I mean, you're like, go to hell, this, that. You're like so natural with what you do.
Well, it's that confidence I said, right? Because what happened with that dealership is they lost their confidence, and then they started playing scared. And then they went on the defense. And anytime a business goes on the defense, you're not going to make money. Whenever you go on the defense, think about this. It's easy. The analogy of sports. Think about the Atlanta Falcons a couple of years ago. They were winning. They were up. They were offense, attack. And then the moment they went on the defense, New England came back and they lost. That's the same thing in business. When you get on your heels and you're walking backwards, your employees can sense it. Your customers can sense it. And winners want to do business with winners. And then when the customer walks in and morale is down and the business is like, just imagine they go to the service drive and, the attitude stinks of the employees at the dealership. No one's going to succeed. You can't. We're talking about selling, right? Selling to serving. How are you going to upsell if you don't have anybody to sell to?
Don't provide customer service, provide customer satisfaction.
Yep, absolutely. And now that we're just kind of roaming around a little bit, I'm going to say something about that because, another place which is tied to money is merchant service providers. They're getting murdered right now. People are charging back anything, even like, shoes they bought a year ago that they didn't. I mean, it's unbelievable, the return rates. So one of the things to get in front of it when you're online, again, to your point, Eric, is customer satisfaction. So, I mean, we just implemented a couple things, but if you bought anything and it didn't work or, whatever happened, you couldn't get the link to work, it wasn't what you thought it is. Instead of refunding, like we have a great team, they'll call and say, Susan, whoever it is, Sam, what didn't you like? What do you need? To get back to ask, what do you need? Can we just replace it with something else? Because I have such a big team. Like, so what do you need now and how can we help you? So hitting those resets really quickly will conserve your cash. And I think a lot of people do that and they're not flexible around their offer. And then that goes to you don't have enough team. So if somebody said, well, I just need my website built. Well, I have someone on my team who can do that. So then I can just reroute the money and move it and keep it inside the team versus have to refund. And you've got to watch that. I've seen so many of the companies that we're working with and clients of ours have merchant providers cut down. But again, I think a lot of that goes to your customer satisfaction and the minute somebody makes a sale, get on the phone and thank them for it. Like, do so much to go over the top right now because you're going to have to figure it out in this very crowded space. So, I mean, people are shocked that they get a phone call. It's like, really, like those of you that get your free ticket, you'll be welcome. Molly or Jordan will call you and say, hey, glad you're going to join our marketplace. And then we're going to, talk to you all the way into the show. So go over the top on that customer satisfaction service piece.
So if you guys are not doing surveys right now and you're not automated, then you're definitely losing. Make sure you're doing surveys and you're hearing how your customer feels about your service and how you can improve and make sure that you're automated in some way to where they're always feeling like you're a part of them. And there's actually a service that we partnered up with a company that you can do automated emails, text messages, voice dials, and a lot more. So if anybody's interested in that, definitely contact us. Good seeing you, Daniel Gomez, on the show. Yes, Tom Chester, we love you, brother. My dad has a question. What does our panel see replacing all the empty centers and large building once owed or leased by large. My dad's loving you, Laurel. I swear, I gotta get you
I
guys.
raise my hand like I'm in school. I started doing that the other day. I thought it was just kind of fun and funny. Like, I'll raise my hand. Here's what I think they're going to do, because I just love being the predictor of this. I was on with Raymond Aaron earlier, and everyone knows commercial and retail are getting pummeled. But here's what I think shopping malls are going to become. I think shopping malls and small community colleges, not big universities, could be, but that's an interesting rehab. But small community colleges and retail centers are going to become residential assisted living facilities.
I want to switch this a little bit, and I agree with that 100%. And you definitely know your stuff, Laurel. But we have two moms on the show right now, and the moms are watching this, and they're probably wondering how they can make money, how they can survive, how they can get on. Let's talk about how the average family, the average mother that has the kids. What would you suggest? Any of the experts, go ahead and grab this to make money right now as a mom.
Well, do you want to go, Hanna, or am I going to go? It's kind of my wheelhouse, so I'm going to go. Okay. And I want to put this out too. And I always say, God created, certain situations for everything. And I had my son Logan in 1999, knowing I'd be a single mom. So I have done the majority of my parenting as a single mom, and he's now 20. Goes to school at Georgia Southern. Thank God they're going to play football. He plays for the NCAA. And you got to get him in this money conversation. So I'm actually coming out with a book. I'm writing a book with a retired lieutenant colonel from the Air Force fighter pilot. He made his kids millionaires, very different than I made my kids millionaires. He's super conservative, obviously very on point and not like me. I'm very random and circular. And so hearing two completely different models of how our kids became millionaires, but there's a thread. And so that book's coming out. We're just going to launch that on how to do it. What you need to do is talk about making money now. The illegal words, like I said in The Secret, are you never, ever, ever program your kids that they can't afford it or don't ask for it. That creates undeservability inside their brain, and that it's hell to get out. So you're always especially now with your kids home, what can we do to make money? I have kids on that marketplace. By the way, your kids come free. I've had kids sell TikTok dances, slime, art, all sorts of stuff. So, it doesn't have to be a big business. It has to be a business. It has to be a transfer of, of some product or service for the cash that you're going to get.
You mentioned it. I got to go this angle, Laurel. You mentioned TikTok. Does anybody have a favorite TikTok video that they've watched that they could share? There's so many.
My daughter.
What'd your daughter do?
My daughter dances.
Oh, well, I mean, they have the most unique videos. There was one where there was the boyfriend sitting in the bed, and this lady was on the TikTok thing, and she goes in while he's sleeping, and she brings 20 of her friends, and they all got right by his ear and went wake up, and he literally bounced off the top of the bed and landed on the floor, and they're like, you're on TikTok, brother, and his face was like worse than the Incredible Hulk. It was, I don't know, that was just a story I'm sharing. You know what I mean? Does anybody have any? I mean, Kenneth, you're feeling me. Your face is I know that there's some crazy videos out there. Anybody have any crazy TikTok or Instagram video stories or social media stories?
No, but I want to say I agree with Laurel, because right now your mom and dad are the biggest influencers on their kids. Yep. And when I started my business, everybody thought I was crazy because I was making a lot of money running multi-million-dollar organizations. But it was a beautiful thing because my kid, I believe in school, right? My daughter graduated. She's going to school for her for her master's. And my son, he's going to be a junior. But I always tell my kids, right? If dad can do it in his 40s, why can't you do it when you're younger? And my daughter would say, Dad, you're crazy. I said, you know what? You need to think outside. I go, God didn't create you to exchange dollars for hours. God didn't create you to exchange dollars for hours. You can make as much as you want. So she was against me, right? So the biggest joy I had in our speaker academy that we had, exactly what Laura said. Look, my daughter made these water bottles for us, Sticker Shock Speaking Academy.
That's awesome.
And she started her own business. She still she's still an architect, right? She's going to get her master's in architect. But the point is that she's expanding her capacity to believe that it's possible for her. And as parents, you have to ensure, you have to reassure your kids that they can do it. Just because you can't do it doesn't mean your kids can't do it. And you got to encourage your kids, edify your kids, to speak life over your kids, to say, hey, if mom can do it, you can do it. If dad can do it, you can do it, because we're no better than anybody else out there. The thing is, everybody wants a reward without the risk, and you're not going to get it.
Not going to happen.
Okay, and we're 1 minute till close on Voice America, but we're going to stay on Facebook Live, so nobody go anywhere. But all you guys out there listening on Voice America land, remember you can subscribe to my Easy Talk Live page on Voice America Influencers channel, as well as the Variety channel. It goes on 3 days a week, and we appreciate you listening. This is Easy Talk Live with some experts. We're going to create an expert panel, so if you're an expert, contact us, EZWayNetwork@gmail.com. We want to hear from you. So I appreciate everybody out there. Don't forget to press the share button on that page. Spread the word, and we do want to have you on the show. Go to EZWay.live for more information. So again, we appreciate all of our guests on here today, and appreciate our engineer, appreciate the team and everybody that makes this happen. And stay tuned for what me and Laura will be doing. Her show will be on the network, Daniel's show. So many awesome shows coming to EZWay TV. So this is Easy Talk Live, doing it the easy way. Thank you. And we are out here on Voice America. Do not go away. We will be right back. And there's supposed to be an outro. Is there no outros? Okay, I thought normally there's an outro, but I guess there's no outros today. That's okay. All right, so we are back here on EZWay Live on Facebook, Easy Talk Live. So we're talking about some great discussion. This actually gave me a great idea, guys. If you're out there right now and you're watching, and you want to create an expert discussion, thank you, Facebook user says yes, amen. Hanna, by the way, you're making me dizzy. You are making me dizzy. You are like all the walking around is making us dizzy there. No, I'm kidding. But if you guys want to be on an experts panel, I think we're going to do an experts panel show. If you're an expert, you got something to say, we're going to combine it, make it happen. If you got good, positive information, I'm just having a blast. Are you guys having fun?
Good time, man. Good time. Thank you.
Yeah. I'm note taking and enjoying it.
Oh, Kenneth, I forgot you were there.
Yeah.
Oh, it's all good, man. I'm in note taking mode. It's great.
Perfect. And Hanna, thank you so much. Appreciate it. Daniel, Laurel, you've been great. So let's talk a little bit about your show, Laurel. Your show is coming to EZWay TV here pretty soon. You have a great show, great opportunity to be on your stage and to get to your network of your audience. What type of audience do you think that your show hits?
For sure, entrepreneurs, especially in this time. So any transitioning entrepreneurs from brick and mortar or employee to entrepreneur. What I love about this time, probably more than anything, is the amount of people laid off or unemployed. If they're like at some point, the stimulus is going to go away. They're going to have to get to the playing field and become an entrepreneur. So I from startup entrepreneurs to 100 to 200, $300 million companies. So the huge range of entrepreneurs. And then once you make the money, where do you put it? I love teaching people about just different alternative asset classes. I love educating people on, like, nobody really knows the truth about gas and oil. They don't know the truth about a lot of things. Like, I'll tell you an investment that I would love to find is, that's why I want to talk about the 5G. I love doing all that. So anybody who really wants to be a wealth builder or entrepreneur. And the way I want to do the show, and I've done this before when I was on Hay House Radio, next to Wayne Dyer, had the most followers. It was insane because I had a call-in show and I would do makeovers. So I would take very quick questions and be like in huge solution with people fast. So they call in, they have a problem, and we get quick coaching results.
We'll call it a speed solutions show. You got speed dating, we got speed solutions.
Speed solutions, I like that. It's true.
All right, so and I mean, just by you being on the show, Laurel, just by you being on the wall, you've already gotten on 10-minute stories. You're on, Daniel Gomez Inspires. You're on Wealth Builders, and you're on Easy Talk Live. So you just got on 4 shows within less than an hour. So this has been a blast. It's been a lot of fun. Kenneth, go ahead and tell everybody about your show and the opportunity for people to be on your show and why they would want to be on.
Hey guys, thanks. So my show is called My 10-Minute Stories, and we highlight, we specialize in veteran businesses. We have a really awesome project that's called the Veteran Legacy Project. And what we try to do is we try to capture those stories of those veterans that are passing away, those Korean War veterans, those Vietnam veterans, and some of the elderly World War II veterans. And we try to collect and archive their stories and present them back to their families. So when they're passed away, the grandchildren and their legacies can have real-time stories about their grandparents in their own words. Another facet we like to do, as you see the ad plan, which is some of my greatest some of my best interviews for season 1. We try to take the veterans who have their own businesses, and we try to highlight them and put them out on the platform and give them an opportunity to expand their platform as well.
Awesome. Well, hey, awesome. So basically, it sounds like you're trying to create a virtual opportunity for people to leave a legacy.
Absolutely. We think it's really important. One of our mantras is it says when we lose a person of an older generation, it's as if a library is burned down. And so what we try to do with our show is we try to archive those libraries and save them so that their kids and their grandkids can go back and have something tangible to look back and hear those stories in their own words.
Awesome. Well, hey, man, we can't wait to have it on the show. And it airs August 26th, guys, on EZWAY.tv. So stay tuned. It is going to be one fantastic show. So, Hanna, we've had a chance to really get to know Virtuity Partners and everything that you do. You do so much. I mean, you should be a guest on the show, not a host, because you do so much. You've been on so many stages. Tell us a little bit about Virtuity and what you do and how you can help people.
Sure. So, basically what we do is we sit down with people and, we talk about their money situation. We talk about what they're doing for their future, their retirement, short-term, long-term savings goals, debt, everything and, anything that has to do with money. And then, I think the most important thing that we do is we offer people opportunity. So I think for the majority of people out there, if
sorry,
there's one of our little events that we do. I think for most people, they're so focused on their payday to payday. They don't really have enough money to put away to be significant enough to really be able to retire the way that they would dream that they want to. And so what we focus on is helping them start a business that's going to create residual income now. And so, for myself, when I started this at 22 years old, I started putting away $200 a month towards my future. And, 10, 20 years later, that would have never been enough for me to retire. But what I did was I created this business that was a residual income business that today, creates enough residual income that if I wanted to stop working, I could. And so we just repeat that process. We teach other people how to do the exact same thing. So, on one hand, it's helping them create their own strategy, their own plan, but also, again, incorporating a business. We really do believe everybody needs to have their own business. We believe in entrepreneurship wholeheartedly. Even if they have a job, they need to have a secondary income stream. And so, like Loral's been talking about, I mean, her books are sitting on my shelf, literally. Like you walk in there, I believe wholeheartedly in business ownership. So we teach people how to do that in our industry. So
sounds like you create jobs and career opportunities for people to be able to make income during this hard time.
Correct. In our industry, you know what I mean? So if someone has an interest in this interest in this industry, we help them get licensed and help others, with these products and services, specifically this industry.
Awesome. And Daniel, again, you have your show coming up and you have opportunity where you can give people, I mean, hey, can you do a little free gift? And I know it's a big deal to be on your show. Can we do maybe let's do thinking of a number between 1 and 100 and give someone an opportunity to be on your show and on my show or something. Let's give some free.
Let's do it. Yeah, for sure, man. One thing I want to say is you never know what you can do until you try. And this is a quote that I love, right? Nothing beats a failure but a try. And if you would have told me, if it wasn't for the pandemic, I want the audience to realize this right now, that COVID is a blessing. COVID is creating opportunity right now. COVID is your best friend. And when you start saying that, I would have never had the top 200 podcasts in self-improvement if it wasn't for the coronavirus. Stop playing the victim mentality already. Stop watching the news and take action on your life. It's nobody's fault. You might have to wear a mask, whatever you need to do in whatever city and state you're in, but stop playing that victim and take action. Because I would have never taken action. If I would have felt sorry for myself that I lost 10 speaking engagements, that was almost $50,000 worth of speaking gigs, then I wouldn't be here, right? But like Laura said, you got to do something. And something that I started doing, I lost my ass. I lost about over $3,000. I started day trading, but after you lose 3,000 or 4,000, you learn real quick, okay, I need to watch those candles clearer, and then you start making $5,000, $10,000. But it's all in your mindset and how bad do you want it. And you got to take responsible for yourself. You got to take action. And that's one thing that you do is if you don't have the confidence to take action, when you work with me, when you come to me, I help you, I guide you. I've done it, right? I've done it. And people say, well, what qualifies you? Because when my wife was diagnosed with stage 3 breast cancer and they told her she wasn't going to make it, I coached her through that by the grace of God, and she's still alive and she's cancer-free right now. So you can't tell me that coaching doesn't work, because we all have blind spots that we don't see within ourselves, including myself, and we need somebody with an outside perspective that's a higher elevated thinking than ours.
Amen. I love, and I noticed when you started talking about how basically the glass is half full when it comes to COVID. I like that mindset. The way in which you think will determine your outcome, guys. You had this like ray of like God's light shine upon your face, and all of a sudden you became like this angel as you were talking. And I don't know if you guys are watching visually, but if you're not, you got to see what I'm talking about. But well said, Daniel. And Loral, you're going to have your show on our network, and can we provide some opportunities for some people to get on your show?
Absolutely.
Awesome.
Yep, we will. I actually have to roll. I love being on here. I can't wait to be on all your shows. You can be on my show, and we'll all get connected.
All right, if you can stay on for like 1 minute. I just need to talk to you offline. But thank you everybody for
a whole group of women. I have to call you right after. I have a mastermind of women called the Badass Women of Money.
Well, go ahead and handle the Badass Women. But we will talk after. I'm gonna text them.
Look at Hannah. She's going. I'm going. I need to go there. So you guys are awesome. So appreciate you, and I'll talk to you right after I'm with my other caller.
All right, thanks, Loral. Appreciate it.
Thank you, Laura.
All right, guys. So Easy Talk Live. We're doing it big with that was Loral Langemeier. Thank you again to Loral Langemeier. Let's give her another round of applause for Loral. And we still have 3 amazing experts on: Hanna Horenstein, Kenneth Bradley, and Daniel Gomez. Guys, we do this for you. We do this as the opportunity for you to have a virtual handshake, to evolve and elevate yourself, to be able to connect with experts like this, to be able to, I built my entire empire, guys, pretty much off LinkedIn and Facebook. All you have to do is reach out and touch somebody, and don't be afraid to, and actually contact them. I love it. Tom Chess is like, Badass Women. Yeah, I like that name. Yeah, I'm telling you, that's Loral. That's Loral. I don't give a damn. I don't give a shit. Badass Women. I mean, she has fun with what she does, and that's what I respect about her. She makes a lot of money. She has fun doing it. So do we. We have a lot. We want to help others do the same. So guys, connect with Daniel Gomez on EZWayWall.com. I'm going to go ahead and show the screen again. Connect with Hanna Horenstein on EZWayWall.com. All these people are waiting to connect with you. So if you go to EZWayWall.com, you go to members, and you search Hanna, Kenneth, or Daniel, or Loral, you can connect with any of these people. So let's not leave it die here from the show. Let's keep it moving, and then let's do another show talking about who networked with them and what happened and how we made it happen. Love the confidence, Daniel. Kenneth, thank you so much. We're looking forward to your show. Hanna, you were a great fly on the wall today. No, I'm kidding. But I appreciate all you guys' time. So you guys were great, and I know that you guys got things that you got to get to. So I'm going to give everybody their last final word, 30 seconds or less, inspirational messages. Ladies first, because we're gentlemen. Hanna Horenstein, go ahead.
What do you want me to
ready for that? Inspirational messages.
2 seconds.
Pretend you're a speaker. Inspirational words. Get inspiring. 30 seconds.
This was great. Super excited for the next one. This was really like over the top awesome. So thank you so much for always delivering, Eric.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate that, Hanna. Kenneth Bradley, go ahead.
Absolutely. Hey, guys. Every day is a great day to tell a story. Come visit us and tell us your story at My 10 Minute Stories.
And Daniel, Mr. Confidence himself. Come on, this better be a confidence story.
Yeah, baby. Woo! It's showtime. Hey, nothing is carved in stone. You can change anything in life if you want to badly enough. The question is, how bad do you want it? Get off your assets, get off the sidelines, get on the playing field, and make it happen. Because if I can do it, a little kid from the south side of San Antonio that grew up in poverty, I just changed my way of thinking. I changed my perspective. I changed my point of view. And I listened to people that had a higher level of thinking than I did. What's your excuse? I'm not qualified. I'm just approved by God. And God is approving you right now. So take action and go out there and get it.
Amen. I love it. Well said. And guys, I'm Eric Zuley. And just remember, keep your faith first, morals, ethics. That's what it's about. And support and serve somebody else on social media. Just go on there today. Just go on social media today and just help somebody, share something, and watch and see how it comes back to you. All right. So thank you so much for tuning in to Easy Talk Live every Tuesday, 4 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Go to EZWay.live if you want to see who's coming up next and who our guest is. And then again, go to EZWay TV on Facebook, LinkedIn, anywhere. Just search EZWay TV, EZWay.tv. if you want to get on any of the shows that you heard, you want to see anything more. I appreciate all my guests, all my experts, all my fans out there. I love you guys. So stay tuned for next week's show. Goodbye, Hannah, Kenneth, and Daniel. I'm Eric Zuley, and we are out.
3 great influencers have joined forces to create a space for you to be the expert, get credibility, and be a best-selling author. Get acquainted with the EZWAY Wall of Famers and reach a celebrity status with EZWAY Publishing, powered by NLCP. Get seen on the cover with EZWAY Wall of Fame celebrity influencers. Get the credibility you deserve for being a published author, best-selling status guaranteed. Increase your credibility, maximize your presence affordably and effectively. Enjoy your new life with EZWAY Publishing. Are you looking to accelerate your influence? EZWayWall.com is a new site that allows you to promote yourself, business brand, and your products as an influencer. You can share your ideas, receive comments, promote and brand yourself with the power of affiliation. Associate yourself and your brand with the power players of today to become leaders of tomorrow. Come and join the EZWay Wall today. Sign up at wall.easywaybroadcasting.com or text EZWayWall to 55678. Looking to take the next step? Join the EZWay Network and become part of our EZWay family. Host your own TV show. Accelerate your viewership, as you will be seen on platforms such as Roku, Amazon, Apple. Brand yourself and affiliate yourself with celebrities, artists, influencers, and power players. For more information on how to start your own show, channel, or network, go to EZWayPromotions.com. To stay updated on all our upcoming events, text EZWay to 55678.
Are you tired of doing business the hard way? Is building your business taking too much time and energy? We can help. Introducing your ultimate solution, EZWay Business Membership. We're a full-service digital marketing solution specializing in branding and marketing, advertising, and introductions to CEOs and influencers that can help your business thrive. Problem solved. Now you can hire our award-winning team to work for your business. We've received many prestigious awards, including the Digital Trailblazer Award by Hollywood Weekly magazine, and we've been recognized by Congress. For just $11 a day, you'll get more exposure, reach more clients by next month, guaranteed. Here's how it works. You pay one low annual fee of $4,000, and you'll receive consulting, branding, marketing, advertising, social media support, product placement, and business introductions to help your business grow exponentially. And if you need more, we offer SEO, commercials, TV exposure, and much more for an additional rate. To recap, for just $11 a day annual membership fee, you'll receive branding, consulting, business-to-business introductions, advertising, and social media support. But don't take our word for it. Here's what our customers say.
We've been working with EZWay, Eric, for the last 6 months, and literally we are slammed with work for 2 months straight, so his marketing definitely works.
To learn more, visit EZWayNetwork.com or contact us at 877-399-2929. And don't forget to follow us on social media. On Facebook at EZWay Network, Twitter at EZWay Broadcast, and YouTube at EZWay TV.
You're watching EZWay TV, powered by EZWayNetwork.com.